Hey everybody, so this is, excuse me, this is part 2 of 3 of my collection. This is about the books, which is my favorite part, some of which I've read, some of which I have not yet. But here's what I've got so far. So this first one is one of the official books of the 9/11 Memorial and Museum in Manhattan. The next two, these were some of the first ones that I read about the day, and they are very comprehensive. I would say if there were 2 books that I have that I'd recommend that would summarize the events the best, in addition to the 9/11 Commission report, it would be these 2 books. This is a tome, but if you can get through it, I would highly recommend it. Those 2 are just some of the best that I have. This next book is interesting. It has a lot of details that I didn't find in some of the other books, so I hung on to it. It's, I believe, from some of the writing staff of this, what I believe is a German magazine. Very good book. I wanted to get into reading about the response to 9/11, in addition to obviously the day itself. So I got these 2 books. I'm a really slow reader, but I blew through this book in about a week. It has really short chapters, obviously dealing with the events leading up to the raid on Bin Laden's compound and the raid itself. This is pretty comprehensive. I think it's part of a series I've read, but I'm not sure. This is about the 1993 truck bomb, which was planted under one of the towers, and their whole goal was to blow up the tower, apparently, and have it fall into the other tower and bringing them both down. But they failed, and of course somebody said that they were determined to finish the job, and they ultimately, unfortunately, succeeded on 9/11. This next book is written by Chief Joseph Pfeiffer, he's a very famous figure in regards to that day. There's a lot of footage of him, web pages, etc. So he sadly commanded his brother, I think his brother's name was Kevin, to go upstairs and fight the fire in one of the towers, and he unfortunately did not make it out alive. He said that there was a period of about 2 seconds where they just locked eyes, and they knew that this day might be it might not end well. And so he's just a true hero. This next book, haven't finished, but it's about some escapes from the Twin Towers. Very good so far. Then I ordered this book lot on eBay. They sent about 5 books. I'm not going to share all of them with you, but I really want to read this one. It's supposed to be very good. I'm sure I'll read all of them eventually. This next book is one of my favorites. This is about the importance of the day through essentially the eyes of a camera and the lens. Very good. One of my favorites. This next one has a lot of raw emotion. This is about stories of grief and endurance, I believe, written after the day, and it's raw. There's a lot of raw emotion in that book. This next one is another tome. It's a big one. I love the cover photo of the towers. Haven't made it there yet. I'll get there. And of course, the Looming Tower, all about the events leading up to the day. Famous mini-series as well. Some good information. There's a famous photo called The Falling Man, about a man who either jumped or fell from one of the towers. And this has the same name as it. Haven't read it yet, but looks great. Here, I have a few books of essentially oral histories, and this is one of them. This next book, one of my favorites. This is written from the point of view of everybody having to do with aviation. So you've got air traffic control, civilian pilots, military pilots. This thing reads like a thriller, and it's all true, and it's fantastic. I believe this is about a town in New Jersey right across the Hudson. They lost an awful amount of people from the same town, and it's written about that. Started, haven't finished. Very good so far. There are a number of books about what the ground zero after the towers fell, called the Pile. That's what a lot of the first responders referred to it as, was the Pile, and this is one of those books. This next one has a story in there. I believe it's called The Last Night of Muhammad Atta, and I really liked it, so I kept this book. This is just a neat piece of history right here. TV guide with a gold sticker still intact. Then the last 3 books I want to share, you cannot leave out the official commission report. This thing is pretty darn easy to read, actually. It looks daunting, but it's easy. I don't want to say it's beach reading, but it's very easy to read. These next two are two of my favorites. Perfect Soldiers. Incredible background information on the hijackers, where they came from, their move to Germany, their move to the States, the training for the flying lessons that they received. It just contains a lot of good information in there. And this is my favorite book on the entire subject of 9/11. This is about, it just has an element of the supernatural that's not in any other book that I found. But obviously, as you see, signs, visits, and premonitions. Basically, there are a number of stories where you have people that have this foreboding feeling leading up to the day. Somber, these somber moods. A lot of people talk about getting their life insurance in order quickly, getting their finances ready, should something happen to them. Some people have dreams or feelings about dying in fire, dying in the towers. It's just this perspective that I haven't found in any other book, and I'm a fan of the supernatural as well. So this is my personal favorite, but I have so many good books. You simply can't go wrong. And that's my collection. So I'll upload the newspapers later. Oh, last one. I'm currently reading this. I actually got this from the memorial recently in Manhattan. It's called Dust. It's all about essentially, if you remember the very famous dust cloud that erupted after the towers fell. This author and a team of others, they studied the dust, the health effects, and it became quite public, the first responders' health issues afterwards. So very good book so far. So, all right, thanks for watching.